Greetings, humans. I'm George, and welcome back to the Windmill full of corpses. Those who like Nemo the fiction. Or Nemo the captain. Or Nemo the villa. I meant because they're Nemophile. Oh. I'm sorry, that was bad. You do know what Nemophila is, right? It's a flower, yeah. So, a love of Nemo. So this is God. Potentially complex. But we shall see. What do you mean potentially complex? God complex? Whenever anyone talks about God, they might have a God complex. But it's G.O.D, so it's like abbreviated with dots in the title. So it might not be an actual God. It might be, I don't know, Game of Darkness. I know, but the pun was right there. Fair enough. I mean, no. Oh, bring it. Okay! Wow, it's such a contrast. Wow. What do you do?
Can I hear when I need your help? I can't keep quiet any longer. I can't break it.
Wow. It was like, so we had this cool metal song with slightly poppy chorus elements and with that really floaty choir effect and everything. And let's just at the end, let's try Shugin a little. Let's see what happens. Just a little Shugin. Yeah, it did do a little bit of sugar. It's their sound, but it's more multifaceted than the average Nemophila song. I feel like we got the kind of down and dirty groove metal-y sort of verse.
Yeah.
That's all screamy. And then you have the stark contrast for the chorus. And that disparity is bigger than it usually is.
Yeah,
So they have their more, like, soundtracky, artistic movie soundtrack sounding tracks.
You said sound so many times.
Yes, I said soundtracky sounding tracks. So there's that element, and then there's the contrast from the down and dirty verses, right?
Yeah.
But then I feel like that you have that disparity through the first verse and chorus, and then through the second verse, you get like a little bit of the electronics and a little bit of those like EDM-y sounds coming in.
Yeah.
So it kind of starts bridging them together a bit.
I think what was really interesting about this one is sort of the mix of more raw and more technological stuff. I never really thought about this, but I think it's a lot of what makes Nemophila work more universally. It's that this will appeal to a metalcore audience.
Yeah.
But this is very likely to appeal to a metal audience, like the more old school stuff, in the sense of that dirty riff sound.
Yeah.
And the more thrashy thing that's going on the verses.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they nail that in terms of sounds and aesthetics on almost every song. At least on the more heavier ones. Like, you're not really gonna get that on Life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, that's really cool. And it gives this feeling that it dabbles into everything. Like, you can associate it with something like Linkin Park. You could say it's a bit nu metalish.
Yeah.
You could associate it with more old school thrash, based on the drum sound specifically. You could associate it with metalcore based on the chorus.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when one of those poppy metalcore voices hits. So it brings all these things in. And it's not doing it in a way that's like, let's mix in genres.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more just a natural consequence of them being exposed to a lot of music and then hearing stuff in their head that sounds the way they want it to sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like this is like the combination of different genres we've heard in here is just cohesion of different creative directions and not a purposeful decision to mix different elements. So
yeah,
that's really cool. Breakdown was one of those breakdowns that's like perfectly predictable and perfectly surprising at the same time. Because she said, I'm gonna break it down, right? Like the timing was perfectly predictable on that one.
Yeah.
It was just the right amount of bars of build up and the break announcing it right when it did. But through the build up, you had drum variations, and then you had the stop, which you didn't necessarily see coming with a break. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
I have one more thing I want to say.
Did she scream down when the breakdown actually hit and she did a scream?
I don't know, but that's what I heard in my head.
I really hope she screamed down, because you have to.
I hope she didn't say break it up, because it would be a little weird to scream break it up while you're breaking it down. That's what I don't like about the bridge in Zombified by Falling in Reverse. Ronnie says pick it up while the band is breaking it down.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, maybe you're picking it up so that you'd break it down, but then you have to make that clear. You can't just pick it up and leave it there.
Yeah, you gotta make it specific like Chester did.
Okay. The one more thing I wanted to say is
You really didn't catch that, did you?
No.
I said you gotta make it specific like Chester did.
Where does Chester say break it down?
We're building it up to break it back down.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I wasn't thinking about that song. Linkin Park have a lot of songs. I saw an Adidas hoodie, tracksuit, something. I don't know what it was.
And it made you think of Slaughter to Prevail.
It made me think of Slaughter to Prevail and Alex Terrible, and now I want to see a collaboration between Nemophila and Alex Terrible.
Wow!
I do. I really do. And
Wow.
I don't want like a cohesive creative thing where you find the way to integrate somebody with Alex's voice in this. I just want the song to like start blasting halfway through and bring in Alex. Kind of like Hurricane by Electric Cowboy does.
Yeah, completely incoherent.
Yes,
Doesn't make any sense, doesn't have to, it's just violent all of a sudden.
Yes, I want that.
Are we done here?
No.
So if you enjoyed this reaction, we'd greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells
Thank
on.
you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
Corpses out.